Hi and welcome. My name is Toyin and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at a series of 16 keyboard shortcuts in order to more efficiently navigate within Microsoft Excel. We'll look at things like moving one cell to the right, left, up, and down, as well as moving one page width right, left, above, or below, as then moving to the individual data regions within your selection or turning on end mode. So with that, let's get started. All right, if you want to follow along, go ahead and open up exercise file Apple Inc. Income Statement 2015. That's what we'll be using in this specific video. Now, you can find a link to download this file in the discussion section, or rather, I guess the description section of this video. So with that, let's get started. Now, just for interest's sake, for my own personal interest, I'm going to go to the second tab, which is Facebook's income statement for 2015, and it includes the income statement for the individual items here. So, all right, if you say are here in cell A4 and you want to move one cell to the right, the fastest way to do that would be probably to use your right arrow key. If you want to move one cell to the left, you would use your left arrow key. Same would be true for going one cell up with the up arrow or the bottom arrow. So those are the first four keyboard tricks that we'd look at. Now, if you want to move one screen to the right, imagine that we had more data. You could do this by pressing the Alt key and page down, and that would automatically move you one screen width to the right, or Alt page up would move you one screen to the left. So if we were very zoomed in here, and we wanted to move one screen to the right, we press Alt page down, Alt page up. Now, if we wanted to move one screen down, we could press the page down key or page up to move one screen width up or below. Now, again, this will depend on your level of zoom. So say we were zoomed here, pressing Alt page down would vary, or page down, page up would vary, compared to if we were here. Page down, page up, Alt page down, Alt page up. So these are keyboard shortcuts that I find pretty useful, particularly when I'm using large data sets. It allows you to navigate without having to use your mouse. Okay, so if you're in a data region and you want to move to the right edge of the data region, you could of course use your mouse by clicking, but I much prefer to use the Control key and then the right arrow. Pressing the Control key and the right arrow will move to the right edge of your data region. If you want to move to the left edge of your data region, you can press Control right arrow. So if you want to move to the bottom edge of your data region, press Control down arrow, Control up arrow, Control down arrow, Control up arrow. So these are pretty useful keyboard shortcuts that I use every day in order to more efficiently navigate. I just press Control right arrow, Control down arrow, Control left arrow, Control up arrow. Now, if you had, say, multiple data sets, I'm going to copy this, Control C, paste it here. If you had multiple data sets and you were to press Control right arrow, Control down arrow, Control left arrow, Control up arrow, again, it's just going to move to the individual data set that you have. If there's a gap here, Microsoft Excel is going to consider this one data set and this a second data set. So that's one thing to keep in mind. All right, so if you want to move to the beginning of a row, you can press the home key. Now, the difference between the home key and the left arrow is if you are here and you have two different regions of data, if you press Control left arrow, it would move to the beginning of that current data region. Control left arrow would move to the end of that second data region, and then Control left arrow would move to the beginning of your row of that first data region. You can do this all in one step by pressing the home key on your keyboard, and it would automatically go to that first cell in your current visible row, which in this case is column A. So then we want to think about, well, what does the end key do? The end key will bring you to the end of the data region. So when you press the end key, it will activate what's called end mode. Then you press the left arrow and it would jump to that data region. So it's pretty similar to using the Control right arrow. So end mode and then move over. I really like using the home key. The end key I'm not too keen on. I don't use it that often myself, but I know certain people find it pretty useful in Microsoft Excel. So it's definitely a personal choice. All right, one set of keyboard shortcuts that I find very, very useful are that of Control End, which will move you to the end of your data region. essentially the end to your specific workbook. And then Control Home will move you to that first cell, first visible cell in your worksheet. So Control End and Control Home. Now, if we had a larger data region, so let's say that we had a lot more data, I'm going to insert a bunch of data by typing the word data, and then rather than press enter, I'm going to press Control Enter. So this is now the edge of our data range. So when we press Control Home, we go back up to this cell, cell A1, press Control End, it would then go to the end of our data region. If our data was out here, Control Home, Control End, it's going to go to wherever the last cell that's been modified in your worksheet is, which in this case would be that of N47, as indicated here in the name box. So in this video, pretty simple, pretty basic, I guess, series of keyboard strategies in order to move to your right. You press the right arrow, left arrow, up, down, with the corresponding arrows. You can also use the idea of Alt page down or Alt page up, page down or page up in order to move individual screen width. You can use Control right arrow, Control left arrow, Control up arrow, Control down arrow to move to the edges of your current data region. If you are anywhere in your worksheet and you want to get to the leftmost cell, or the kind of the leftmost visible column, in that same row, you would press the Home key. If you press the End key, it will activate End mode, which is always a interesting thing. Now, I'm going to Control Z to undo that. Now, let's say that you wanted to go to the beginning of your data region. You could press Control Home, or Control End would move to the edge of your data region. All right, so with that, in our next video, we'll go ahead and look at keyboard shortcuts for making a selection. We'll get things like Shift Spacebar and Shift Control Spacebar, which will allow us to select an entire row or an entire column quite quickly, as well as moving between non-adjacent selections and adjacent selections. So it's a section of the course that I really like, and I hope that you'll join us for that. Of course, feel free to leave comments in the comment section of this video. We'd love to hear what you think, whether it's positive or negative. Feel free to give feedback. That would be most appreciated. All right, so we'll see you in another video. And as always, thanks for watching.